This is TWiT.
I like the OnePlus One phones. I love them. OnePlus, remember, had a deal with I can't even remember anymore, but they had an Android ROM that they used to use. Then they lost that deal. Whatever happened to that company, by the way, that was making the ROM for them? They did a deal with Microsoft. It got weird. Anyway, they created the Oxygen OS, which is essentially a pretty pure version of Android for their OnePlus phones, except it's been discovered, Chris Moore, a developer, looked and realized that his OnePlus was uploading a lot of not anonymous information back to the company, including the IEMI, the serial number, the MAC address. It was even telling the company
the MAC address?
Yeah, the MAC address, when apps were opened, when the handset was unlocked. And there was no opt-in. There was no way to disable. It was a very complicated way to disable it, but no public, obvious way to disable it.
Speaking of reckless,
it's one of those things companies sometimes do, and sometimes it's just an accident, and sometimes it's like, well, just do it until we get caught, and then we'll apologize and fix it. and I don't know which it is, but the CEO of OnePlus, the co-founder Carl Pei, said, by the end of the month, by the end of this month, October, we're going to fix that. Every OnePlus phone running Oxygen OS will have a prompt in the setup wizard that asks users if they want to join our user experience program. That's what they're calling it. And it will indicate that the program collects analytics, will provide terms of service agreement that explains what we collect, why. We will stop collecting telephone numbers, MAC addresses, and Wi-Fi information. The company, we wanted to give you better support, a better experience. And you know what? Companies do that. I'm glad they got caught, and I hope they do the update, and it sounds like they will. So, is it tech behaving badly, or oops, I made a mistake, I won't do it again? I don't know. You just don't know.
Well, there's no apology, so
they didn't apologize, did they?
And it's and the calling it the user experience program, like it's totally something like that, just feels a little 1984.
We just want to make a better phone. That's all. We're just trying to make a better phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best idea I have, something I've thought about a lot policy-wise, is how we address this, IoT model that rewards companies for collecting all the data that they can. Because you can sell it and you can make money for it. Right. In a capitalist system, there's every incentive to capture and collect as much information as you can about your users. The best idea I have for that to kind of turn it around is right now there's not really a civil liability aspect if that information is hacked and it causes damage to the users actually having it. So I think we do have to introduce liability into that. So if they are collecting all this information about you and they're not securing it correctly, and somebody ends up hacking that, then that is very financially expensive. So I think you would punish
Equifax severely at this point. For instance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They had a very high
they're beyond reckless.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the more you understand about how they screwed up, it gets you angrier and angrier. But I think like liability is the only way I can figure out to solve this problem, because you can't have regulation saying you can't collect A, B, or C. You could just make it expensive to collect and store all this information.